Alright, that's so much better. Hey y'all, I'm Kadeja. Welcome back to the channel. Today is a beautiful day. Today is June 10th, 2023. And this is 1 year since I have moved to Alexandria, Virginia from Richmond, Virginia. And I know it doesn't seem like that big of a move because it's probably like an hour, 30 minutes back to my hometown of Richmond. But emphasis on that was my hometown, like born and raised there. It is very much so a place where everybody knows everybody. Richmond is up and coming though. I'm not gonna slight it, but I'm drinking tea. Well, no, drinking coffee. The last time I was making videos, I was drinking tea, but I'm back on my caffeine tip. But feel free to drink some coffee with me while I chat about moving to Alexandria, chat about how this year has gone and what's next for me and all of my creative endeavors, as well as just me as a person, which is equally as important. For a while, I thought that I could only create and speak from a place of, oh, this is what I'm offering, this is what I'm giving. But to be honest, like, I am ready to just do creative things because I needed to survive. Like, I needed to be something in the world that doesn't necessarily have to have all of these metrics attached to it, but it's just something that I want to share and create. So yeah, so it was around this time in June that I was packing up my things and leaving my hometown of Richmond, Virginia for the first time after college. So I went to ODU, and that going to college is different than being a grown-ass adult and leaving home. It's just a different vibe. I felt like in Richmond, I felt stuck. I felt like it was just the same thing every weekend. And I always had like a safety net. My family was there, my dad, my parents, my siblings, for the most part were there. So it felt very safe. And moving to Alexandria, moving to Nova was freaking scary because I just knew that the traffic and the fast-paced life was just absolutely not for me. I always said that growing up, like, I would never move to Alexandria or I would never move to DC because it's just not me. Like, and that's what I had in my head. But when I decided to move, I felt really liberated. I felt excited. Going in, I really thought that I was coming here for networking opportunities to grow my business. And in some sense, yeah, but once again, like, what I had in mind is not necessarily what came to fruition. It's not bad, but it definitely is a different course than what I determined it would be. So yeah, I moved in June and I had all summer in DC. It was a great time. Definitely got out a lot. I went to Something in the Water Festival, I went to some concerts, but for the most part, I was focused on getting my house together, really trying to, settle in, and then the fall happened and I got very sad. I think I went through some type of seasonal depression, just all of the things slowing down a lot. And I realized, like, wow, I'm really far from home. I don't have any friends. I don't have my best friend. And friendships were changing, friendship dynamics were changing. And I felt really, really alone. At the time, like, I felt stuck in my job as well. And yeah, the fall and winter time were pretty tough for me. And coming out of that, I'm finally feeling a little more free and liberated. And I got a new job back in December, even though that's a whole nother conversation. But I'm definitely feeling like the spring and the summertime is my season once again. So all of that to say, let's get into some of the differences that I've seen from Richmond to Nova and some of the challenges that I've been facing, just trying to figure this shit out. And foremost, why did I move from Richmond to Alexandria? Why did I move from Richmond in general is because I felt like I was just ready to go. I felt like if I was to leave, that was the time. I'm approaching 30, so if I was ever gonna leave Richmond, that was the time. Otherwise, I was going to stay, find a house, try to build a life there, which wouldn't have been the worst thing, but I just wanted to see a little bit more of a difference. You know, I just wanted to explore a little bit, even though I'm only an hour and 30 minutes away. I keep saying that, but DC and this up north life is very different, y'all. First of all, the price. We're in an inflation period anyway, but anytime I'm going out to dinner, if it's just me, I'm spending at least $60, $70, and that's the bare minimum. That's a cheap night. Like, if I'm really splurging on myself, I'm spending like $150 for a meal, which is absolutely insane. Gas is high, food is high, and there's so much to do, so I'm constantly like buying tickets and things like that. But that is number one. The price difference from Richmond to this area is absolutely bananas because everything is so much more expensive. Jobs here definitely pay more, and I didn't move here anticipating getting a new job, so that was a really nice surprise, or like different path for me. I'm making more money, spending more money, but also making more money has been super cool. Definitely changed the game and changed the career landscape, and that is more so what I've been focusing on. Just what am I doing with my career? What do I want to do next? And making those networking connections versus growing my own business, my own small business, which seems to be a really big difference between DC and Richmond. Richmond is much more small business focused, community based, and DC is hustle bustle, a lot of corporate folks, a lot of government officials, a lot of contract workers that, I'm sure they're pouring into small businesses, but it's not a small business scene like in Richmond. I could probably get into a market and the application is like $60, or the vendor fee, is $60. Here, every vendor fee that I've been coming in contact to is like $120 to $150. That's like the base level. I don't have that type of coin because I sell stickers, bookmarks. Like, the price point is different, but here they want to spend like $120 to attend a market, and that was a deterrent for me to participate. So I haven't really been doing much with my business. I'm trying to get back out into social media land, but it's just so much more fun to just content from this is what I'm doing, this is who I am, versus buy this thing. But that's another conversation. Yeah. Also, a difference that I've seen is the traffic pattern, and that's something that, folks are going to talk about regardless. But I'm about 20 minutes from DC. I live in Alexandria. I could literally look at the MGM, so Maryland is right there. And I'm not really too shook about the traffic. Like, I just don't move around when it's peak traffic time, and I take the metro to and from work. And that's something I absolutely love about the big city is public transportation is an option, and it's not super affordable because probably my trip to and from work is like $8, and that's every day or 3 days out of the week, so that can add up. However, I do like the option of public transportation, and for it to be accessible, I think is super important and something that I'll look for in a next apartment or in a next living situation. Public transportation is going to be a must for me. Let's get into the real tea, which is dating. Let me take a sip of water for this one. So dating in this area has been so interesting. And I would like to blanket this statement about dating in your upper 20s, 30s is different than dating in your 20s. People are very clear about what they want and what they're looking for, and communicate that to you very well, which is something I appreciate. I love direct communication, but at the same time, it was jarring here dating for the first time, and the men really are processing that they are the prize. I don't have straight up statistics, but I will say that coming across a Black educated man is they're not scarce. Like, they're out and about and whatnot, but they are also very aware that Black women are the majority here and that they are at an advantage. Like, they know that women are ready and willing to date them, and it's their pick, basically. And in Richmond, I feel like it was a little bit vice versa. I feel like men, either they were not, and I don't know how to say this, but maybe they just weren't at the level. So a lot of women are either compromising on things, like maybe they have kids, maybe they are divorced, maybe they don't have the education or the job yet. And here, men are checking the boxes, and now they're doing the choosing, which is a completely different dynamic than what I'm used to back home. So it's a shift in mindset in that regard, but I'm having a lot of fun because these men are so clear and focused on what it is that they want. Dates, are happening, vibe checks are happening, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So what I've been really getting comfortable with is rejection, and is understanding what the point of a roster is, like dating multiple people, dating people and saying, oh, this isn't working out, let's move on, versus, really trying to figure something out and battling with it instead of just, being free and letting things take its course. And it's been fun. I will say, I've been having a lot of fun. I've been learning a lot about myself, about other people, what I like, what I don't like, and also exploring the city, which is basically all that I can really want at this point in life. I don't foresee myself getting into a relationship in this time, in this space that I'm in, because I'm having so much fun. And what I want in a partner is probably going to take some time. And I feel like whenever I was having encounters with men, I wanted it to work so badly, or I wanted to find my partner so badly that I wasn't even getting to know the person for who they were. You know what I mean? I was really going in do you have this? Do you have that? And of course I wasn't badgering people, but as soon as I saw that, oh, this person isn't my person, this person isn't gonna be my husband, my boyfriend, I'm completely checked out. And I don't think that's fair. I really want to make new friends. I really want to meet people and be in the space where, we're just exchanging energy and getting to know one another versus, oh, this person has to be in a relationship with me tomorrow. So yeah, that's a long way of saying dating in DC is pretty cool, y'all. If you're just looking for a good time and not trying to find your husband, because otherwise you're gonna be a little disappointed, girl. I don't know. Sip some coffee on that one because, ooh, child. Ooh. It's gonna be a good summer though. It's gonna be a good summer. I am really excited about the summer energy, another year in DC. I feel like I'm at the top of the year. Last year when I got here, it was July basically. So we had 2 more months and it was like a fucking whirlwind of things going on and things to do. This year, once again, I'm turning 30. But I'm just having so much fun, and I'm feeling the energy levels just build. Even though this week was crazy with the wildfires in Canada, Richmond going through some things with gun violence, and my job did some layoffs. It was a lot this week, y'all. It was a lot, emotionally. But I found myself, I've been super resilient, and that's what being in DC, well, I'm not in DC, I need to stop saying that. Being in Northern Virginia has taught me just how resilient that I am, and how, I'm able to examine myself, take in how I'm feeling, and then make decisions on, okay, am I gonna let this continue to bother me? Am I going to put in coping skills to kind of ease my anxiety? What am I gonna do versus sitting in the emotion and sitting in some of the challenges and not really acting on it and not really showing up for myself. I'm definitely learning how to be more independent minded and and doing things that make me feel good. I picked up the bass because I'm I need another fucking hobby. Still trying to breathe new life into my business and taking that day by day as well. Eating better foods, connecting with my family, really connecting with friends, and trying to build new relationships, which is another thing that's been a challenge for me because I moved. Because I moved, I've been lacking in the friendship department. I've been really struggling and trying to figure out how does one make friends as an adult. That shit is crazy. Like, that shit is not easy because we all have so many different things going on. It's hard to, get up with people and say, oh, hey girl, you wanna go grab a coffee? And even if I do say that, it's gonna be, okay, so what's after that? Like, how do you follow up? It's the follow up for me. So I joined a social group called Hey Diffrences, and I'll link it below. They're in DC, Atlanta, Philly, and Houston. Yeah, and it's basically just a group of Black women just saying, hey girl, this is going on in the city. You want to meet up? You want to do this and that and the third? And I am having just a fucking blast with these girls. And also, it's just low pressure. It's not like, oh, we have to be best friends today, which is sometimes what I run into if I'm like hitting people up. I feel like the pressure of, oh, I have to be cool, or let's do something else. Like, it has to be like a lead up to it. But with Hey Diffrences, it's very chill, just a good time. I really enjoy going out with these ladies, and we've been doing some cool things that I'm excited for. What we're gonna get into in the summer. So, my dad called me this week, and I don't know why on God's earth he's been holding out hope that I was going to move back, and maybe down the line, but I definitely don't see myself moving back anytime soon. I'm having a lot of fun. I really love that there's so much to do. It's so much to do. It's always concerts, it's always a festival, it's always a bar with a happy hour, it's a new restaurant to try. I am really loving the proximity that I have to DC. It's like a 20-minute drive. At the same time, I live in Alexandria, so it's given very much so suburban, but there's metro, so you can get to where you need to go. It's just perfect for me at this season in my life, and I don't see myself going anywhere unless this rent keeps going up, which it probably will. Anywho, thanks for watching. I hope that either you clicked on this video because you're curious about what I'm up to, or you're curious about what you can do and the possibilities of leaving your hometown and moving to another city. And I hope it encouraged you, and I hope that you're gonna have a great summer, and I hope that this video helped, or you learned something, or I said something in between all of this time talking. Hope you have a good day. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm gonna go do some things. Bye.